Good morning. NASA has unveiled the four-astronaut crew for the Artemis 3 moon mission scheduled to launch next year. But despite the fanfare, experts are warning that significant technical challenges could derail humanity's return to the lunar surface. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman presented the crew yesterday, 3 Americans and 1 European. Randy Bresnik will command the mission, while Andre Douglas and Frank Rubio serve as mission specialists. Making history as the first European astronaut in the Artemis program is Italian Luca Parmitano, who will pilot the Orion spacecraft. European Space Agency Director General Josef Aschbacher joked that Parmitano brings a touch of Italian lightness to the mission. But here's the twist. Artemis 3 won't actually land on the moon as originally planned. Instead, it's being repositioned as an intermediate step. The mission will test something called rendezvous and docking procedures between 2 lunar landers and the Orion capsule. Crucially, these tests will happen in Earth orbit, not near the moon. Astrophysicist Michael Summers from George Mason University calls this a wise decision. He says it sounds simple to rendezvous and dock spacecraft, but it's actually extremely difficult. Every piece of software and hardware needs thorough testing. He was relieved when NASA decided to test these procedures in Earth orbit first, rather than sending astronauts directly to the moon's challenging South Pole. The Artemis 2 mission earlier this spring marked humanity's first trip around the moon in over 50 years. Now Artemis 3 is supposed to pave the way for Artemis 4, which aims to actually land humans on the lunar surface again. That's tentatively scheduled for 2028 at the earliest, though experts doubt this timeline is realistic. The biggest problem? Development delays with the lunar landers. 2 companies are building these critical spacecraft. Blue Origin, founded by Amazon's Jeff Bezos, and SpaceX, led by Tesla chief Elon Musk. Both companies are behind schedule, and their rockets designed to carry the landers into space are proving unreliable. Blue Origin's rocket recently exploded during testing, while SpaceX's Starship has suffered multiple explosive failures. Summers points out that commercial companies aren't automatically better, faster, or cheaper than NASA itself. While private firms can be more efficient with less bureaucracy, they also bring less experience than the space agency has accumulated over decades. This highlights a fundamental shift in America's space program under President Trump's administration. The Artemis program heavily relies on private companies to develop key technologies, marking a departure from the government-led Apollo missions of the 1960s and 70s. The technical challenges are immense. Landing humans on the moon's south pole is far more complex than the Apollo missions to the lunar equator. The terrain is treacherous with deep craters and perpetual shadows. The region is targeted because scientists believe ice deposits there could provide water for future missions to Mars. During yesterday's ceremony, Artemis Team Commander Reed Wiseman symbolically passed the baton to the Artemis 3 crew, telling them they now have control. The pressure is enormous. This mission must succeed to keep America's lunar ambitions on track and maintain technological leadership against China's rapidly advancing space program. But with rocket explosions, lander delays, and the inherent complexity of lunar operations, many experts question whether the 2028 target for returning humans to the moon is achievable. The stakes couldn't be higher for American space dominance in the 21st century. If this story matters to you, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss the German perspective. Now tell me, what's your take? Drop it in the comments.